Following receipt of the detailed design subtracted to a consultant, the Worrell Creek to Nambucca Heads Pacific Highway Upgrade Project consists of the construction, handover and closure of 19.6 kilometres of dual carriageway, construction of local roads combining the existing highway and new local roads, 2 grade-separated interchanges, 15 bridges and other miscellaneous items including drainage and fauna crossing structures.
JDA Civil Group aims to minimise project delivery risk by establishing a risk management plan. Practical strategies aim to identify and mitigate hazards before they escalate. This prioritises minimising time delays, cost overruns, quality issues and safety concerns. We established a qualitative risk matrix to identify the risk level of a hazard and task. The likelihood, severity and consequences distinguish the varying risk levels as seen on the screen. Our risk mitigation process involves first identifying the hazard, evaluating its impact and providing an initial score. We supplied a mitigation response and gave a practical contingency plan. Scheduling was important to establish the project's critical path. The team had a long list of assumptions, including using a 6-day working week with morning and afternoon shifts to maximise productivity. 4 teams will work simultaneously to maximise resource allocation. Construction will be carried out in 3 main stages, where we begin work at the southern end of Worrell Creek Railway Bridge and continue north.
The work breakdown structure developed for the project can be seen on the slide, identifying 3 key phases. The pre-construction phase, the execution phase consisting of detailed design, knowing that this has been completed by a subcontractor, construction and handover, and also the project closure phase.
Applying schedule contingencies was critical. Contingency helps the team mitigate known project risk such as procurement challenges. It also allows for unknown delays such as defect reworks. We applied a scale factor to all activities to allocate contingencies proportionally. The baseline schedule is 1,264 days, with construction beginning in early 2025 and finishing in early 2029. Transport for New South Wales now has a planned date for project handover. Our schedule accounts for all project work processes. Resources are allocated to major work components, and the full schedule is seen in the final project management plan.
The cost estimation for the project was completed using a bottom-up approach by the tasks identified in the WBS to produce a bill of quantities. Cost rates were applied using sources including estimating handbooks, rates from industry quantity surveying specialists including Altus Group, and historical data or experience from previous projects. Key assumptions for the cost estimations include the completion and exclusion of the detailed design phase. All rates are inclusive of labour and plant. Preliminary costs included for the senior management team. Other costs are applied as rates to the net construction cost, and expenditure is to follow a typical S-curve with payment received quarterly. Opportunities and threats for the cost can be seen on the slide, with opportunities including subcontracting, innovation and incentives, and threats including weather, scope creep and procurement issues. Contingency was added to cover the known unknown risks and was evaluated in accordance with recommended practice 56R-08 as outlined by AACE International. Assessed in the Class 2 range, applying a 10% contingency to the project estimate. A high-level cost breakdown is shown, identifying a total project cost of just over $961 million.
Work health and safety is JDA Civil's #1 priority. We believe that all incidents are preventable. A work health and safety management plan is developed in accordance with Safe Work New South Wales guidelines. This identifies all possible construction hazards and implements appropriate control measures to mitigate these risks. JDA Civil has developed a construction environmental management plan that complies with local planning and zoning. It is divided into 2 chapters, Flora and Fauna Management and Soil and Water Management. Flora and Fauna Management outlines how construction impacts will be addressed the environment. The Soil and Water Management Plan addresses water quality. Strict adherence to these subplans ensures the implementation of effective control measures and procedures.
We identified all key stakeholders and assigned them a level of engagement. Based on this engagement level, we'll use different tools to engage with the stakeholders and manage their expectations. WRMP was developed and has multiple parts. The main purpose of the plan is to minimise stoppages due to industrial action. The main strategy of the plan is to induct all personnel to site, perform regular site inspections, and conduct audits and reviews. Construction sites are very dynamic. When developing our site management plan, we focus on 3 key areas: enviro, safety, and productivity. We have a site office with technical staff and a site compound for labour staff where we'll conduct toolbox talks and pre-starts daily. Due to the large amount of bridge construction and earthworks involved in our project, there will be a lot of plant moving around the site. To accommodate for this, we'll have a heavy vehicle access track and a plant laydown area. We'll also have a large yard to stockpile material and a separate yard to store precast elements. Earthset controls include a bioretention basin and sediment fencing.
Our team will establish a monitoring and control plan to regulate performance and progress. We overcome construction issues by implementing corrective actions to help achieve our targets. Our monitoring tools include toolbox talks, audits, site walks, meetings, and inspections. These develop team accountability and improve efficiency. Our project control tools will minimise any deviations from quality expectations using audit management, ITPs, testing, and reporting. KPIs are used as measures for project achievement. These include cost, schedule, quality, scope, procurement, resource use, and communications. We will constantly review our schedule and cost baselines to inspect our progress. We will review our KPIs, establish targets, and evaluate potential impacts. Our on-site measurements will frequently and consistently evaluate quality performance. We have identified our quality control targets for major work packages as seen on the screen. All works will comply with Australian standards, material testing will comply with Transport for New South Wales specs, and dilapidation reports will document our progress. Our quality assurance SMART framework will specify our achievements, measure results, allocate ownership, identify resources, and give schedule expectations. So the final handover stage will provide a smooth project transition where Transport for New South Wales takes asset ownership. We must complete all contractual requirements, produce defect-free works, and supply workers' executed drawings. The commissioning stage will test and verify infrastructure conformance. We will close the project by identifying lessons learned, submitting reports, collecting project data, and we will recognise the team's efforts. JDA Civil Group would like to thank Transport for New South Wales and look forward to working with them on future projects.